Welcome everybody back to another episode of Inside Area 51. We've got the whole crew here. We've got Riley and Matt from Hawks Nest. We got Brad from Point Shot, Hassan from Cap Space Wins Cups, and Josh from Avid Discussers all joining us this week as we go through kind of what's happening in our network, anything new. We do have a lot of new things to announce and share this week, but also want to share some of the stuff from episodes that we've done and stuff that we're looking forward to doing as well. So we'll jump into it right away. We'll start with Josh here. I know you had a special guest with you here. You had Matt join you. Not this Matt. Another Matt join you. Tell us a little bit about your episode here, and we've got a clip that we'll share after.
Yeah, Matt Zader from the Hockey Writers. He was on the show for the last episode. He talked about the state of the Canucks as well as the draft, because he is now apparently the head writer for prospects in the draft for the Hockey Writers. And it was always great to talk to him. Super friendly guy, loves hockey, and really knows his stuff. So check it out if you haven't already.
I love talking to Zader. I know he's been around for a long time. I used to write at the same site with him there, and that dude grinds. Like he covers a lot of hockey. He watches a lot. He's constantly putting out articles. Let's go ahead and share the clip right away here, and then we'll kind of dig into this clip here.
Jonah Gadjevich. I mean, he's leading the team in scoring, and he's got, I think, 8 goals now, and he's playing a lot like what we saw in the second, when the Canucks drafted him in the second round. That big power forward type player, goes to the net almost every shift. He's tough, and his skating has got a lot better this season. And that was one of the knocks on him in the last couple of years, and he's gotten better with that. He could turn into an actual serviceable third, fourth line guy. You never know. He could even turn into that second line player that we kind of looked at. And Cole Lind, yeah, for sure. And Jack Rathbone, just, I can't say enough about this guy. He's come in from, a 4th round pick, and he's playing like a first rounder. I mean, the way he's been kind of dominating the AHL, he's already got 5 points in his first 4 games, I think now. And he didn't get any points in the last game, but he did have 4 shots on goal. And he's going to be a stud defenseman when he comes to the NHL. And the way he moves the puck, the way he skates, his hockey IQ is off the charts too. So, and he's got a big shot to play on that power play. And, you kind of looking at Quinn Hughes and Jack Rathbone, they're both left shot defensemen, but, to have them both at the point on a power play, it's scary. It was scary for other teams to face. And to have Rathbone come most likely next season, I don't think they're going to probably make him go through the quarantine to come back here. I'll let him play the rest of the season in Utica. But yeah, Rathbone's been amazing, and I can't say no about that guy. And but yeah, Utica.
I like that clip. I like any time that we can hear somebody gush about our prospects that are still coming up through the wire. And Matt had a lot of really nice things to say about those guys in particular. Was there anyone that kind of surprised you, or you appreciated hearing about most?
I'm really surprised about Gadjevich because, like you said, skating has been an issue for him, and he's doing pretty well in Utica. And by the looks of it, he could be a decent third, fourth line player for the Canucks. So that was surprising to hear. And for Rathbone, no surprise there, because he's been doing really well in Utica, and I just can't wait to see him in the Canucks lineup, which was likely going to happen next year.
Yeah, it'll be awesome to see him. I think it's a real treat anytime you get to watch him skate, and just watching him be able to do what he has done already, even with the time off that he was on the taxi squad, to jump in right away with Utica and to produce like that is always exciting to see for the Canucks. So that was an awesome interview. Do you have anybody lined up for next week yet, or do you want to keep that quiet for now?
I have reached out to someone, but okay. I'm not going to keep that quiet because it's not confirmed
yet. Good. Okay, perfect. So let's jump into Cap Space Wins Cups here. Hassan, you've shared a clip with us here. Tell us a little bit about your last episode and what happened there.
Yeah. Our last episode's been out for a week, about a week already. Came out last Monday. We had Wyatt Arndt from the Stanchion on Twitter, from The Athletic, and as well as his own podcast, the TTP Show. Super fun guy, super funny interview. He's been on Rob Fane Nation a couple of times as well, so I think everybody already knows who he is. We've been trying to get him on the show for a little while, so it was good to finally have him on. Yeah, it was a really fun interview. There was some good discussion. Unfortunately, only me and Hoos could record with him that day, so it was kind of just the three of us going back and forth the interview. And then we'll record the rest of that episode later tonight, and then we'll have it in two halves, and then that'll be everybody on that joining us on that one. So Ace and Andy will be up on that episode as well. And yeah, it was really good. We talked a little bit of prospects, talked about the Benning presser, the infamous presser now, talked a little bit about the direction of the team. And just his thoughts about that. Then we got into some fun stuff at the end about some non-hockey related questions. Anyone who's heard Wyatt before or read any of his work knows he's kind of a funny guy. So he can definitely, it was definitely a fun part at the end there, and talked a little bit about some fast food restaurants and his opinions on those. So it was a good time. Yeah. The clip I've got up here, I'll set it up before you play it, Sean. Okay. Just a little bit of a discussion about, we were just done talking about the Benning presser, kind of talking about the direction of the team. The clip starts with me talking and some talking a little bit about like what Jim Benning's direction was and where the 2-year window came from, and then why kind of rebuttals after that. We did record on Zoom, not with our regular mics, so we were just on headphones and stuff. So I apologize if the audio quality is not perfect, but it should be good enough for you guys to hear.
Sounds great. Well, let's jump right into that then and go through this clip.
You said like Ackley's kind of operating in that, saving. Like I think for the first time in Ackley's tenure now as owner of the Canucks, that cost saving has taken a front seat and winning's taken a back seat in this tenure. And I mean, I think you look at the Michael DiPietro situation, the guy's hauling his ass around on a taxi squad, and he might be the future in goal. And how you could have easily signed a guy, a journeyman third string goalie to fill a taxi squad and send DiPietro down to Utica. But it's probably cheaper to keep DiPietro on the taxi squad than it is to sign another guy. So he doesn't want to put the money in. So then you're going to end up with this same situation again. So if we're fans of the team, like how would we look at this whole group and be any more confident in it going forward than we are sitting here right now? Like the owners, Aquilini's not selling the team. His notions and ideas are still going to be going on, whether it's him or Mike Fuda seems to be going on Sportsnet 650 every other day to champion for a job in Vancouver for some reason. He really
hustling.
wants his job. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, even if you do that, it's just going to be another guy who, Aquilini, I don't know, lackey kind of just carrying his water. So what needs to happen for this team to actually take the step forward that fans want to see? Because there's obviously the building blocks are there. You have a great young goaltender. You have a number one center, a number one defenseman. Like, the hard shit is done. You got your future there. Now you just kind of fill around the edges, but that seems to be more difficult than some people might be wanting to give credit for.
Yeah, that's always the funny thing when people are like, Mike Gill's handed the team, like, because he filled everything on the edge. Like, well, Benning hasn't been able to do it yet. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, he's kind of with the Jerry Jones problem with the Cowboys, where, like, you've got this not that he's bigger than life, but he's got an owner that, we have the stories and the rumors that maybe he's a really more hands-on kind of guy. And then maybe the GMs are, hampered a bit. Like, what GM would come on board this team if they have Aquilini kind of, making all the moves. And that's the thing, like, you kind of, if you're a fan looking at this team hoping for change, you kind of have to hope for, like, what happened with the Cowboys Clippers, or Bill Parcells comes on board, a bigger than life guy that says, you know what, I'll come help your team, but you've got to give me the full reins. So you kind of have to hope that, Aquilini sees a big name, because I think he's a big, like, Torrell. They love Torrell. They see this big angry Italian. They want him on the team. Like, they have to see a big name out there that they feel comfortable coming onto the team to run.
Yeah,
that's a great clip.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I think the big thing there, it kind of got glossed over real quick, but DiPietro, right? Being stuck on the taxi squad, not getting any time. Your 21-year-old goaltender, arguably goaltender of the future, not playing any games, and we're looking at potentially 18 months between actual competitive hockey games for him. So did you guys dive into that a little bit deeper, or was it?
Yeah, the clip was, we talked a little bit about that earlier. We do talk about ownership, and we don't really talk about DiPietro's situation specifically. We do kind of touch on it, like you mentioned. We kind of looked at it more through the ownership perspective in terms of, the reason DiPietro's probably on a taxi squad is because Francesco Aquilini doesn't want to spend any money right now. It's easy to sign a third stringer, but yeah, we did talk about it a little bit early on in the episode. We just couldn't clip the whole thing. I didn't want it to get too long, but yeah. So if you're interested in hearing about any of that, it's all on our latest episode, and you can find us from the Area 51 website or wherever you get your podcasts, anywhere that those places works, or our own website, www.castbasewhencomes.com. And yeah, and then for our episode this week, we're recording. We're going to release this episode tomorrow, so you'll be able to listen to it by midnight tonight. And next week, we're going to have Jamie Dodd from Sportsnet 650 on the show. We're going to be interviewing him. If you didn't hear, I was on Jamie's show this Saturday at 4:30. So I was
just going to mention that.
So I just had to ask him to come on our show. So we're going to talk to Jamie, talk a little Canucks. Don't really have the topics nailed down yet, but there's a whole week to see what's up ahead. But yeah, that's what we have on the show.
That's awesome. I loved your clip there with 650 and Jamie Dodd. I know he's been putting an awesome show together on Saturday afternoons from 6, giving us some spotlights to guys like us that are doing the podcasting work here online. So
super fun.
Really excited to see you go on there too and be able to share that. That's cool. Awesome. Thanks, man. I know for Point Shot, before we jump into Hawks Nest, because I know Hawks Nest has a few things that they want to share. We don't have an episode out this weekend yet. We had our guest have to postpone, so it'll be a midweek episode for Point Shot. So still the most recent one there is Dom Lucheshin, whose episode I Told You So is still available there, but we will have a new episode midweek. Brad and Malcolm are going to take care of that and pump that out. We're actually going to get to... Go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, the guest we have, he plugged another show's merch on the air, so you can bet we're going to get some huge Hog Energy plugs on the air next week for the Canucks too.
That's right. We got to get our
huge Hog Energy. Where can you get the huge Hog Energy merch? Where can you get it? Sean, throw the graphic.
Where can I get it? Okay, I got it. Here we go. So we do have the website.
www.area51sportsnetwork.com.
Perfect. And reminder that portions of proceeds do go to Canucks Autism Network. Obviously, we don't get 100% proceeds ourselves, so we can't offer 100% proceeds. But percentage that we can share does go towards the Canucks Autism Network. So it is going to a great cause. Support those guys. I've got links on the homepage of that website as well if you want to get more information on their cause and learn more about that, as well as links, obviously, to our merchandise, which is going to get even nicer here as we've got. Let's segue with that into Hawks Nest here. Unveiling a new logo, just one of the many little changes here for Hawks Nest.
I know we're annoying, Sean.
Yeah, you know the drill.
I know. Well, we're excited about the new logo. Maddie had it's funny because Maddie brought it to my attention a couple days ago, and when we first started Hawks Nest, I was like obsessed with the logo and the way I kind of wanted it laid out. It was my baby, you know what I mean? But we're excited about the new logo. Maddie brought it to my attention. It was something that we addressed, and then we had collectively come up with it in a span of 24 hours. So it was kind of fun to put it all together. So
yeah, it was just the start of a bigger process. It started with a bit of a rebranding with the logo, and it's all been leading up to our new YouTube channel that we have started. We're trying to just get that content out there, and a big part of that is visually looking good. So we're happy to move forward like this.
Absolutely. I know. I mean, this is coming from the guy with the setup, right? Like we got to talk about the setup.
Yeah.
And that's got to be on a YouTube channel. That's
right.
100%. He needs to be on there. He needs to have that displayed, and that alone will get us views. And then 30 seconds after, people can click off. Just give us the first 30 seconds the ads can go through, and then we understand. I get it. We're excited. We're very, very excited. We just recorded our episode number 5. We're most likely going to actually drop that pretty quick because it actually is a free agency preview and our first few steps into Seattle Seahawks road to the Super Bowl. So
that's right.
Little teaser with that, but that's what we're going to talk about. And then this week we have a couple of guests that might ring a few bells for the Area 51 guys, but we're going to have Sean and Malcolm come on, or Brad and Malcolm come on from Point Shot, and they're going to come on and talk a little Aaron Rodgers, a little Tom Brady, and I think we're going to go from there. That's all I'm going to leave it at.
There's going to be fireworks with that. Anytime you bring those guys up, it's going to be fireworks. Go ahead.
I definitely think there's going to be fireworks.
Sean?
Yeah, I did.
That's a compliment.
Well, I didn't know you were still getting your OnlyFans audition tape getting going over there because you got to get your huge hog plug.
God damn it.
We are wearing matching hoodies. Shout out. Go Hawks.
Exactly.
Hey, Russ is going to be a Seahawk. That's all that matters. I'm just happy, boys. I just woke up and I'm just happy. No more Russ bullshit.
Yeah. I was just going to say, it's not like you guys have any shortage of things to cover. You guys aren't in season, but I would say that you guys have more things to talk about right now than us with the Canucks currently as we're leading up. Could be a boring trade deadline, but you guys are right in the middle of a very exciting offseason.
Highly doubt betting does anything. You guys should be sellers. That's all I gotta say. It's okay sometimes. Just Maddie, remember what we said? It's okay to just, what? We took one in the chin. It's time to go home. Pack your bags. It's a wrap. Get to, what pick do we got? Okay. We're just gonna figure that out. No one's, come on. As a Canucks fan, really, realistically, have we mathematically been eliminated yet?
Not yet,
No,
but we can't lose more than
games.
7 games. 7 games, the max that we have, and we're about halfway through the season.
And how many remaining?
So we would have to go 17, 7, and 1 to just have a chance of making the playoffs.
Oof.
Odds of that happening, boys?
Slim to none.
I'm in my basement. but there would be another 2 levels below me where those chances are sleeping right now.
I don't know. Hassan's not happy. I feel like Hassan's not happy with me. I've stirred the pot. He's got it's no different than me with the Seahawks, man.
You're right. No, you're right, man. You're right. Like, there's nothing wrong with like. I moved on. I'm watching Michigan games. Ken Johnson, Owen Power, Luke Hughes, maybe. Some of those guys look good to get for, man.
It's just the the podcast reviews.
I've reactivated that Big Ten hockey subscription now, so I can watch all those games. I had them for Quinn Hughes, but I'm back on that now. It's okay. It's all right.
We know the routine here in Canuck land. We know the routine.
Oh, Get ready for the draft, boys. I sent a couple of questions in Josh's show. I had to hear about some draft prospects. I was like, man, this is the good time for it now. Gotta get well versed. Gotta know the draft inside out again. Who needs the playoffs? It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. It's certainly not where I want to be. Like, I make no mistake there. But like at this point, you do have to look at all your options going forward. And I think we've done a really good job as an entire network covering not just what the Canucks need to do, kind of moving forward, the next steps need to be there. But I mean, you guys have covered the Russell Wilson hysteria exceptionally well as well. And I mean, that changes on like an hour-to-hour basis. It feels like
it's been pretty wild.
It seems like every day
those forward tweets, right?
That episode that we just did, this most recent, and everyone's kind of touched on their previous episodes. So I'm going to touch on our most recent one, which was with Pod Guy Fuchs from Chicago, and we just did that. That was an interaction just solely based on Twitter. We had a conversation. He kind of verified his source, and then we had a quick Zoom meeting, and the three of us, and then boom, we hit the record button, and we had him on, and he's basically said everything that's come to light since like Friday. I think he said it on Tuesday, which was really cool to be able to be a part of, that we were able to slide our podcast right underneath everybody else's thing and kind of self-plug it. And it's done really well this week. So we're really excited about that. And that's why we've looked at, making sure we're targeting the right demographic when we're looking at our podcast and stuff like that. So that's where we're excited about our new graphic change. Maddie's coming up with a lot of great ideas. The YouTube idea, then we got a new program that we're excited about introducing. There's a lot of new things that are happening, and we're moving really, really fast. And do
you have that clip, Sean? It kind of gives a good preview. Yeah, let's fire that up. Let's see what we're going on there.
Jump into it.
Russell Wilson's back in the news. Some more things have come to light, I guess. This morning, there's been some rumblings, Matt. We've been hearing it for the past couple of evenings. We've talked about it over the past couple of days, but it's coming to light right now that Russell Wilson is possibly in conversation with the Seattle Seahawks and restructuring his contract. Now that holds huge implications, because that would basically lock him in for 2 more years because of his massive cap hits in 2022 and 2023. This is news that's, gone under the radar, and Russ has been very quiet. John Schneider's been very quiet. Pete Carroll have been very quiet. Have they kind of just let this, just take off, or what are we at?
I love that.
Yeah,
and
we're really.
Go ahead. Yeah.
We're really happy with it. It's allowed us to expand our content more. It allows us to be more interactive and give a visual representation to what we're talking about. It's going to be really huge in the future as we become more confident with the program and everything, and we're excited for what's going to go down with it.
Josh Griffith, I'm telling you right now, we're going to fire that episode out that we just previewed. Obviously, you can see me in the same fit. We're going to fire that out exclusively, I think, on YouTube today. And then we'll put it on the podcast on Tuesday, most likely, or Monday, depending on what Maddie wants to do here. But I think that would be the plan. You guys watch us on YouTube, watch that episode, that Seahawks preview going into tomorrow. Free agency begins. Big names are going to drop. big names are going to be signed. Lots of money's already being shelled out. Aaron Jones has been signed. We talk a lot about who the Seahawks should sign, and Maddie talks about an absolute bombshell of a trade.
Yeah. You got to hang out for that. You got to hang out. It's going to get the wheels turning.
You know what? I'm a firm believer that knowledge is power. And if anything else out of this whole Russell Wilson, I don't know, saga can come out of this, it's knowing his value and maybe some of the value of players around the league as well. And I mean, if you're going to let anything kind of run out and just run wild, having it be that you're interested in trading one of the biggest trade chips in the entire league and seeing what people would offer up for that, that's interesting knowledge to have.
Well, that's the thing we touch on. That Maddie, go ahead. You can touch on that.
Yeah, we kind of get into that. It's hard to, or it's easy to forget that these professional organizations are businesses first, beyond anything. And Russell Wilson is hands down the best quarterback the Seahawks have had in their franchise history. But you got to listen. You got to listen. You got to hear him out.
Major asset.
Yeah. You got to listen to these offers. You got to see what you can get. We've seen blockbuster trades happen before. Seattle knows what they have. They were not going to give him up for a pop and a bag of chips. But it would be irresponsible for them as an organization to at least not listen. Do I think they called teams? No, I don't believe that personally, but I do think they listened, and I don't blame them at all. You got to do what you got to do.
You're gonna answer the phone. You're gonna answer the phone at least if you see the number. You're gonna call. Yeah. You're gonna be like, all right, who? At least
you can always say no. You can always say no.
Yeah, that's just it. And I think that's the thing too. Like I know that every team, every franchise kind of have their players that are non-starters in a lot of senses, but just to know and understand what markets are, especially right now, like here we are in a COVID world, things changed. The entire world changed overnight for us, and we're a year deep into that, which is crazy to think about. But I mean, that sets a lot of changes in motion. What does that look like now for the NFL moving forward?
Exactly. What does it look like? What does it look like for Chicago, right? At this point, if you're a Chicago Bears fan, you're hoping that Russell Wilson's your quarterback next year. That's off the table now. So what are you looking at? Are they still trying to get Deshaun Watson? What is San Francisco going to do at the quarterback position? Drew Brees officially retires today. So taking Russell Wilson off the board and taking him out of the market, and also seeing what teams are willing to give up for him, has huge implications for the rest of the league and what they do this offseason.
Taysom Hill just got $140 million.
Taysom Hill.
Wait, Taysom Hill.
Yes.
Isn't it like a voidable deal or something?
It is.
Right? So it's not as risky, but still, I would I know what you're saying.
They're still putting the value in that player. They still think that he has the potential to be that good. Wow. That's a lot of. They're really putting all their eggs in that basket. And I think it's a mistake.
So now, where does Jameis Winston play next year? Does he just remain the backup there?
No, I don't think so.
Now what are they doing?
Yeah.
You know,
how coveted does he become?
Everything we're about to see something absolutely that we've never seen before. The Falcons are a team that Maddie teases. I'm not gonna lie, it's a team.
Don't drop into. You got to listen to the episode.
You guys got to listen to the episode and listen to what Maddie has to say.
Well, and I'll put that on the website as well. I know that it's not going to be up in podcast form. It'll be exclusively YouTube, but I will put it up. We've got links to this show as well as the pregame shows as well under area51sportsnetwork.com/video. This will go there as well. I'll embed that so that you guys can see that there too. So plenty of opportunities to jump in. There's no excuse for not seeing the great content that's coming out on Area 51. We've got one place. It's all happening there. We've got these great shows that are happening. We've just added an NBA writer as well. We've had Max Fossey, who's been covering the Whitecaps for us and been just doing a phenomenal job. And now we've got Kevin coming in. He's going to be doing some Raptor stuff with us too. I just want to plug this as well here. If you're somebody that wants to write, if you're somebody that wants to podcast and you've got something going, or if you're an existing writer or podcaster and you want somewhere to share your stuff, message me. Let's talk. And there's no guarantee that there's a fit here for what we're doing and what you're doing. But I mean, we're always looking for more content. I want to be able to help expose more and more great creators in this market. We've got some great ones here. And I'm excited to be able to share all of your guys' work and excited to see what's to come. I know you guys have been just busy as ever going here. So I'm excited to see what happens from here on out for everybody under Area 51. Do you guys want to tease anything coming up here or remain a secret here before we jump into an ad?
I hope to have my episode out by Friday, depending on the guest who I just emailed today. But no promises.
All right. Well, let's jump in right away here. We'll give a word to our sponsor here.
I whack in the shower. Easy cleanup.
I whack while I drive.
I whack anywhere, anytime.
I whack with the Manscaped Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer.
It has skin-safe technology that helps reduce nicks and snags.
It's waterproof. Easy cleanup.
And a 9,000 RPM motor powered by a lithium-ion rechargeable battery, so you can get a good whack in anywhere.
Head over to manscaped.com and get free shipping when you order the Weed Whacker today.
Perfect. So we've got the manscaped.com. We've got our promo code there as well, Alien20. That gives you 20% off on your order as well as free shipping. So if you're not whacking yet, that is a good way to get you kickstarted on that. With that, I love that transition. That's going to be great. I'm really excited about what's happening as far as the multiple platforms are going. I know we've got quite a wide variety of people that interact with us on Twitter, and that's growing as well on Facebook and slowly on YouTube as well. The more and more people that want to follow us on YouTube, we've got two channels now. We've got the Area 51 Sports Network channel where this show is being broadcast to, but as well as teased here, the Hawks Nest channel as well. So that's Hawks Nest 604 on YouTube, correct?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So follow those two channels. There's going to be a lot of great content rolling out to you guys there. As well, don't forget our blog and the great writers that are putting together consistent work there. There will be a new piece dropping today as Kevin Sorensen continues his Canucks series. He dropped the Who is Ian Clark article first, and now we're going to dive into Ron DeLorme. So I'm really excited to kind of see as he introduces some of these background guys that we don't get to see all that often in Vancouver, but are integral pieces to what makes the Canucks and what's kind of making them going forward. So we can do a quick Ask Area 51 segment if anybody has any questions that they want to throw out. But otherwise, if you guys have anything that last second that you guys want to plug, otherwise we'll just kind of wrap up this episode here and look forward to another great week.
Yeah, I kind of teased my episode already. You guys can check us out. New episode will be dropped this Monday with Wide Aren't. And next week, Monday, we'll have Jamie Dodd on the show. But that's all I got for Cap Space, guys.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys. And look forward to another great week going forward here.
Allow me to introduce High Stick Vodka, a new way to celebrate victory. Gather around the glass with an award-winning, ultra-premium Canadian-made vodka. You probably won't listen when I say High Stick Vodka has a smooth, hard-hitting taste, or that it's developed in the birthplace of hockey. You won't listen when I say High Stick Vodka is a tribute to the game of hockey, or when I tell you it's distilled 4 times using Canada's purest mountain spring water to provide an authentic, remarkable flavor. But maybe you will listen when I say it comes in a fucking hockey stick. Showcase your passion for hockey with our limited edition hand-blown hockey stick bottle. Whether you're celebrating victory or drinking to defeat, High Stick Vodka is better after every shot. Visit us at highstickvodka.com. It also comes in this regular bottle. Celebrate victory. Drink responsibly.